The camera slowly glides over the mist-covered grounds of Downton Abbey, the sun barely peeking over the horizon. A soft, haunting piano note drifts in the background. Text fades
Families
in,
like ours
a place where every wall holds
full of plot twists along the way.
every shadow hides. A secret. The scream lingers on the grand estate as the wind whispers through the trees. A voice, calm but filled with emotion, speaks. This is where it all began, and where it all must end. Asterisk, the trailer opens. Traveling memories. The estate looks timeless, every turret and window catching the soft light of dawn. Slowly, the camera moves closer, passing over the manicured gardens and the gravel driveway, showing empty chairs and long shadows stretching across the lawn.
Gosh, that's me.
The soft piano music builds, each note echoing like a heartbeat, setting the tone for the final chapter. The voiceover continues.
You're the daughter I never had.
For decades,
There's trouble in paradise.
You don't need me to tell you that marriage is a novel full of plot twists along the way.
for dreams, secrets, and heartbreaks. As the words resonate, the camera glides past familiar landmarks, the front door, the grand staircase, and the family's favorite sitting room. Dust floats in the sunbeams, hinting at the passage of time, and the viewer senses the for a storm of emotions. Faceless shots hint at the beloved characters without showing faces. Hands brushing over the edge of a table, someone adjusting. A cuff link is the closing of a book on the library table. Each movement feels intimate, like glimpses into private moments, evoking nostalgia for those who know the story.
Then I can say,
Text fades in briefly, a story of love, of duty.
Make sure they think of you
The
as a
sound design
dragon.
amplifies emotion distant birds, the rustling
But with
of
that I will
trees,
say,
the
could I
soft echo
try?
of footsteps in empty halls. These small, subtle details create a sense of anticipation, letting the audience feel the weight of history in every corner of the estate. The voiceover whispers,
Your Majesties.
and now every
Welcome to
secret,
Downton Abbey.
every choice, every memory leads to this moment. The section ends with a slow zoom into the estate's front doors, slightly ajar. The light spilling out onto the steps, inviting the audience in. The piano note fades into a gentle string, hinting at both wonder and melancholy. Text appears. On screen, a legacy that has shaped generations is about to reach its
keep
final
moving to
chapter.
survive.
The shot
And all of
lingers
your
for a
support
beat,
is more
giving the
important to
viewer
me
a
than I
chance
can
to
fall
say.
into two
and
categories,
anticipate the story
dragons
that is about
and
to unfold.
fools. You must make
Asterisk,
sure
a
they think
shadow
of you
passes
as a
across
dragon.
the grand hall as sunlight streams through tall windows, catching dust motes in its path.
What does it
The
look like?
camera glides silently over the intricate details. The polished banister, the crystal chandelier swinging ever so slightly, a forgotten glove lying on
Your
the floor.
Majesties.
The soft piano of the opening fades, replaced by a slow, rising string, subtle but insistent, hinting at tension beneath the surface. Faceless glimpses reveal the weight of unspoken words. A hand trembling over a screen, someone pausing. In a doorway, as if overhearing a secret,
And he pulled a
the
string.
tilt of a head suggesting worry or hesitation. Each movement, each gesture feels charged with meaning, letting viewers sense the hidden dramas unfolding behind closed doors. Text appears briefly on the screen.
Doesn't look good from apart.
Every corner hides a secret. Every silence tells a story.
I think I do, yeah.
The voiceover cuts through deep and reflective. In a place where tradition rules and hearts are tested, every choice carries.
Downton Abbey's the heart of this community, and you're keeping it
Trust will
beating.
be foretold, and the past will not stay buried. The sounds of distant footsteps echoes through the hallways, each step deliberate, heightening the feeling that something inevitable is approaching. The visual shift to a series of quick, faceless flashes, a hand tightening around a teacup, a coat sleeve brushing against a letter, a candle flickering as a draft moves through the room.
Can't you see what this means for
Shadows
Downton?
stretch across the walls,
my
almost
first
alarming,
one.
suggesting that even the grandest
Why
estate
did you
cannot
invite
hide
us
what
here?
is coming.
Going to America.
Brief text overlays intensify the suspense, Love will falter.
I should think that's
Secrets will surface. Decisions will define the future. The camera slowly moves outside to the gardens, showing a figure standing.
Should we really go on with it?
You mean
Back to the
leave
viewer,
Downton?
gazing toward the horizon.
Saving the day, Dates
Tugs
have a
at
masterful
curtains and
plan to rescue
coats,
Downton
a
Abbey.
metaphor for change
Here's how it all
sweeping
goes.
through
Tom
the
tell you I
estate.
stood there,
The strings swell
staring at
as
a
the
car in
voiceover
flames,
intones.
wondering if it were
Every
him.
whispered
Don't you play
truth,
with me.
every hidden emotion leads to a moment that will change everything. Section 2 concludes with a slow pan across the estate at twilight. Lights beginning to glow in the windows, signaling that the stories inside are
And think
far
about
from
all the
over.
changes you've
The
witnessed.
screen goes dark for her.
It doesn't look good for the bar. She felt the need to keep it a secret.
Text appears
There's
briefly.
trouble in
The walls of Downton have witnessed it all, but the final chapter is yet to be written. Asterisk, the scene opens, with the estate bathed in late afternoon light, shadows stretching across the grand corridors. The camera glides past long polished floors, catching reflections of empty chairs and portraits
The rest of the royal staff is
ancestors
sent
who
off
seem to
on a
walk
wild goose
silently.
chase.
Widow again.
Yeah,
A
would
low,
you?
pulsing strain underscores the tension,
dreading every
You must be
leaving the
careful not to
faint
break so
echoes
they're
of
hard.
familiar piano notes,
I think she
like
has a
memories
crush on you.
stirring in the air. Faceless glimpses reveal quiet turmoil. A hand hesitates over a teacup, as though frozen by fear. A cloak is grasped. Tightly in a hallway, bubbles white. Someone pauses up to the staircase.
Better be
leaning
warned.
on the railing as if
The
torn
British are
between
coming.
duty and desire. Text briefly fades in. Every choice. Every
What time do you
secret,
go tomorrow?
every heart. The voiceover is slow and deliberate, speaks with gravitas. In a world bound by tradition, even the smallest decision can ripple through generations. Friendships will fray, love will be tested, and loyalty will demand its price.
Whichever
The
does
camera
trick.
follows subtle movements that
The royal
hint at
visit-
confrontation, a door opening just enough to catch a shadow.
Birth, money,
The fleeting
looks.
glimpse of a hand resting on a letter.
But he didn't suit.
A chair pushed back as though someone left in
wasn't clever.
anger or despair.
When you laugh with me or
Visuals shift
flirt with
quickly,
me,
showing more
Is that a
faceless
duty?
drama. A candle guttering and casting shifting shadows on the walls. An envelope slipping from a pocket onto the floor. The reflection of a figure in a mirror turned away. Their posture splashes
You
across the
steer
screen.
ahead. You're the
Whispers
captain
become
now.
revelations.
Better be warned.
Trust becomes fragile. Hearts face the impossible.
But I couldn't
The music swells, blending orchestral strings with the faint echo of footsteps, each one heavy with intent.
What a pleasure it is to
Outside,
see you
rain
out and
begins to
about.
fall over the estate, droplets sliding down windows like
what
tears.
basis?
A lone figure
But how could you
stands at
know
a
that, and how would
balcony,
you prove it?
coat flapping in the wind, the camera capturing only the back and the silhouette
Occasions don't
against the
matter.
darkening sky.
Tony Gillingham
The voiceover
had all
rises,
that I
almost
could
whispered
wish.
but
Right.
urgent.
Birth, money,
Every secret
looks.
that was kept, every truth that
My father's
was
eldest
hidden
sister.
will collide in the halls of Downton Abbey.
wanted to present me,
The
but we got
section
round it.
ends with a
Should
slow,
we at the
dramatic
supper as a
pan
consolation?
across the estate's facade as storm clouds gather,
How could you
signaling
tell?
the emotional storm within.
Harold's made
The
a real
final
mess
text
of things.
appears
How
as
happy
if
he
the past
must
and
be.
present
Oh my goodness.
converge, and nothing
The
will
lady
ever be the
grandson I
same.
first went to
The
work for.
strings hit a poignant chord,
No.
fading into a tense
I won't be coming
silence,
to America.
leaving the audience braced for the climax that follows. Asterisk, the scene opens with a soft, golden glow filtering through the tall windows of the estate, catching the dust in the airlight, floating memories. The
Should we really go on with it?
slowly through the corridors,
Downton
lingering
servants and
on
all their
familiar
duties.
spaces
Saving the
and
day,
empty
Anna
dining
and Bate-
table, a fireplace with embers fading, a hallway
Henry
lined
Talbot
with family
is both.
portraits.
All right,
The
Granny, it's
music
not his
swells with
poverty.
a delicate
things.
orchestral
But did Tom tell
theme,
you I
Doing what's
familiar
expected.
yet tinged with melancholy, evoking nostalgia and anticipation. Faceless
Who's
glimpses
presenting
of
you?
emotion
My father's
dominate this
eldest
section.
sister.
A hand gently closes a worn
must be
book.
dancing in
A sleeve
jig.
brushes across a tablecloth.
Welcome.
With careful tenderness,
Come
a
on.
hand hovers over a letter as if considering
How could
its
you
truth.
tell?
Welcome to the
Outside,
Villa of the
gardens
Doves.
glimmer
It's a
with
beautiful
rain
place.
cakes,
How happy you
and a
must
soft
be.
wind carries the sense of
I reckon
change.
Spain and Italy may be pretty
Text
hot.
appears subtly on the
When you see me
screen.
again,
Moments cherished. Memories.
Has most
Cherished.
accused
Love remembered.
He doesn't need help
The
at all, do
voiceover
you?
carries a
You won't
warm,
let me do it.
reflective tone. Downton Abbey has been every smile,
royal visit
every
brings
tear,
pomp and
every
circumstance
whispered
to
word
Downton,
has led to
as
this
well as an
moment.
unpleasant
Now
royal
it is
start.
time to say goodbye to the halls that have
Helped you.
witnessed it all.
No, he wasn't clever
The camera
enough.
follows
He
a
wasn't
slow
strong
cinematic
enough.
sequence.
Flirt with me.
A door
Henry,
opens
is that a duty?
slightly, letting in light that cuts
Are you
across
conforming
the
to
darkness.
Presenting the Lady
Things.
Rose and
A
Claire.
coat is left
Doing
draped over a chair, as though someone has stepped away. A candle flickers, casting dancing shadows that hint at the
talk,
lives
the way we
and
dress,
stories that have helped us.
The way we deal with each other.
The trailer teases iconic, faceless moments for
And with any
fans.
luck, we'd miss the
The
whole
edge
of
of a
Mary's
hat turning
frightful
in the
film.
doorway.
I do
Gloved
hope that
hands
was a
clasped
prop.
together in a quiet
You've made me
embrace,
strong,
a
Mr.
silhouette
Mosley.
framed against the large bay window, looking out at the estate for the last time.
I don't want to spoil
Text
their fun.
overlays
Too
punctuate these
exciting.
visuals.
So early in
Return
the
to the
evening,
world
don't
you
you
fell in
think
love
so,
with.
Crawley?
Witness the stories you will never forget. The music swells into a soft, soaring crescendo, blending strings with the gentle echo of the original Downton Abbey theme. The camera pans upward, capturing the estate's grand silhouette against a dramatic sunset sky, hinting at finality
Surprise.
yet radiating beauty.
Good night,
The
Cousin
voiceover
Matthew.
rises with a gentle urgency.
Onwards
Every
to the
story
breach.
must end, but every memory will live forever. This section ends with the shot of the estate bathed in fading
This really
sunlight,
is the night
windows
that shook the
glowing
world.
like candles in the dusk. The screen
is what's
lingers on
happening.
a single, gently
No, he was
closing
just
door, symbolizing both farewell and continuity.
The modern
Text
world
appears
comes
prominently.
Had
Downton
made me afraid.
Abbey,
Trouble is
the
with
grand
Europe.
finale.
Why?
Only
I
in
shall find this
theaters
very interesting,
September
my lord.
12th.
Good.
The strings
Still
hit
dresses
final,
the man from
heartfelt
Relive,
chord,
is he?
leaving viewers with a bittersweet
Yes, it's nice
sense
to have
of
some
wonder
Just a
and
gleam and
anticipation.
sparkle.
Thunder rumbles softly in the distance as the
royal
camera
luncheon,
sweeps
a
over
parade,
Downton
Learns that the
Abbey,
Queen's lady
now
in waiting
shrouded in
is
stormy
none other than
twilight.
Maud Bagshaw,
Rain
and a
glistens on the
strange
stone
relative who-
pathways, windows flicker with warm interior light, and shadows dance across the ornate kitchen. The strings swell into a dramatic postscript, signaling that something monumental is about to unfold. Text appears on the screen. The end of an era,
There's nothing.
a story for the
Now we have to
ages.
go
You
our
mustn't let it
separate
trouble
ways.
Faceless shots
I feel
accelerate
quite
the pace,
nervous.
creating
Nonsense.
urgency.
Onwards to
Hands
the breach.
gripping railings as characters run through corridors. A letter slipping from trembling fingers. A cloak tossed onto a chair
This really
as
is the
someone
night
steps
that
out
shook
into
the
the
world.
room.
Like a wild animal.
Each gesture carries the weight of suspense, leaving the viewer on edge.
Mr. Mosley.
Quick flashes
Oh, what's
tease
that?
conflict and emotion. An envelope
Everything's in
torn
my pocket.
open, a candle falling,
royal
a hand
families
reaching
of
for
Europe.
another's in desperate connection. Text punctuates each moment.
Temperance is the
Every secret revealed, every heart tested.
I want every
choice
surface to
matters.
gleam and
The
sparkle.
voiceover
That's all there is to
intensifies,
say.
low but
And when family
commanding,
matriarch,
as
the
if whispering
Dowager
directly
Countess,
to the
learns
viewer.
that
The walls of Downton Abbey have seen it all:
Coming
joy, sorrow, triumph, heartbreak. But this is the moment where every story, every memory, every emotion comes
Like every
together.
social climbing banker
The camera moves over the grand
Made you
staircase,
angry.
the
My
sweeping
life makes me
halls,
angry.
the estate's
Not
exterior, each shot layered with shadows
Sorry,
and
I'm-
light, emphasizing both.
The Countess of Grandeur
Grandeur
and
and
Lady Rose
intimacy.
and Claire.
The music reaches a soaring crescendo, blending orchestral strings with a soft, distant
world is
echo
changing.
of the familiar
The way
Downton
we talk, the way
Abbey.
we dress.
Why do you think
Outside,
he gave you the
the
villa?
storm
That
breaks
is where the
into a
mystery
heavy rain.
resides.
Then
Droplets bouncing off the stone
with any luck.
Whatever
paths,
it is,
wind sweeping
it's better than being afraid.
across the gardens. Silhouettes appear against the glowing windows, figures pausing at doorways, embracing unseen loved ones, taking one last look at the halls that have defined their lives. Text
Mary's got it
appears
under control.
boldly.
Hardly.
Witness the finale.
rightfully due her song or
Experience
triumphant,
the
well,
journey.
She does what she does best.
Only in theaters. The trailer reaches its emotional peak with a slow motion montage.
With you.
A hand closing a door,
you are in love
a
with
candle
him.
flickering out, footsteps
him?
echoing
Do you
in empty
deny
halls,
it?
me very much.
and finally, a silhouette standing on the balcony.
Then that will be my
facing the storm.
consolation prize.
The voiceover softens, almost a whisper. Every ending is a new beginning, and every memory will live forever. The screen goes black for a heartbeat.
Now we must just get on
Then the
with it.
final text fades
What
in.
about her running Downton
Abbey,
Don't you want a
the
modern
grand
world?
finale,
Comes
only
to
in
Downton.
theaters. September 12th. A
Why do
single
you think he
resonant
gave
piano
you-
chord
I'm
lingers
not
in the
afraid anymore.
silence, leaving the audience with
I'm
a
not sure
mix
what
of
will happen,
awe,
but whatever it-
nostalgia, and anticipation. The storm fades, but the feeling of closure and wonder remains, making viewers feel they cannot miss this cinematic conclusion.
I'm going to have to sit
Asterisk.
down.
The scene opens with the estate
Strange
bathed
relative
in
who she
soft,
believes
amber
unjustly
twilight,
inherited the
restored
Crawley
from the
estate,
previous
rightly
issue. Golden light filters through the windows, casting long shadows across the
Which is,
hallways,
Tom says
hinting
that
at the
he's in love
stories
with
that
her.
have lived within
You
these
mustn't let it
walls.
trouble you.
It does.
The camera glides slowly over familiar
Troubles me very
details,
much.
polished stair rails, portraits of ancestors, the library with books neatly aligned as if giving the audience one final intimate tour. Faceless shots emphasize personal, emotional moments.
Lady Mary must
A hand
go.
resting lightly on a balustrade, fingers brushing over the keys of the piano, a coat draped over a
You must do
chair,
as you think
a
best,
window
Mr.
gently
Barrett.
rattling in the evening breeze.
Just-
Each
My
gesture
husband's on trial
carries
for his life and
nostalgia,
disease.
reflection,
course
and the
I
weight of
worry.
finality. Text appears subtly on screen. Every story, every memory comes home. The voiceover speaks in a soft, reverent tone. Downton Abbey has been a world of
Upstairs,
laughter
always
and
practical lady.
unspoken moments. Now the door is closed for the last time. Echoes of every life or tear will remain. The camera
If this is about Henry
out to
Talbot,
the
you
state
should be clear
silhouette,
he hasn't much to
bathed
offer.
in the
Apart
fading
from the
light,
great
He has
matter
smoke
of
curling
all.
from chimneys. The
Women
garden's
like me
calm
don't have a
and
life.
glistening in frame.
We choose
It feels like
clothes
a
and
love pausing, savoring its final breath. The music swells gently, combining orchestral strings with the faint familiar Downton Abbey theme. Faceless imagery continues. A hand releasing a letter into the wind. Candle flames flickering out. Footsteps retreating down the corridor. Text overlays punctuate each frame. The journey ends, but the legacy lives on. Finally, the camera pulls back to a breathtaking wide shot of the estate at dusk. The sky painted in deep purples and oranges. The doors slowly close, symbolizing both farewell and reverence.
That puts everyone in a
Text
frenzied
fades in
state.
boldly. Downton Abbey, the grand finale, only in theaters September 12th. The trailer ends with a single resonant piano note lingering in the silence, leaving the audience with a bittersweet sense of awe, nostalgia, and
if this is about
urgency. They must witness
Is your
this
life proving
ending in
satisfactory,
theaters.
apart from the
Asterisk,
great
screams
matter of
blood
all?
for a brief heartbeat. Then the Downton Abbey estate slowly
Now we have to
appears
go
in
our separate
silhouette
ways.
against a deep twilight sky. Soft golden lights glow from the
very sorry.
windows, hinting at
shouldn't
the
have come.
warmth and life inside.
That famous one.
The orchestral music reaches a gentle, soaring conclusion, paired with the faint echo of
There
the
is
original
something about-
Downton Abbey theme. Faceless imagery punctuates this moment, a hand resting on the doorframe, the faint outline of a figure standing in a window,
Along with my manners.
curtains swaying lightly in the evening breeze.
King and Queen.
Each subtle movement evokes emotion, inviting the audience to reflect on the stories and characters they have grown to love.
Morning, my lady.
Text elegantly fades in,
You're a
the
treasure.
grand finale. A legacy remembered. The voiceover, calm yet reverent, closes with a last insight. Step inside the
It's
halls
not even
one
a
last
countryman.
time,
Not really.
where every
Do the
story
season.
lives on and every
But
memory
really, we're
seals.
stuck in a waiting room
Finally,
until we
the
marry.
camera pulls back to
Made
a
you
wide
angry.
aerial view of the estate, framed against a starlit sky. Text fades in boldly in the center of the screen.
Lady
Downton
Mary
Abbey,
must go
the grand
now.
finale,
She's divorced.
only in theaters
She
September
wants to make a
12th.
film at
A
Downton.
single, resonant piano chord lingers, slowly fading into silence, leaving viewers with a sense of closure, nostalgia, and anticipation. The screen goes dark, the title remaining for a moment longer, making the finale feel both grand and intimate.
My suitcase arrives